Howdy, Travis from KnowHow here. KnowHow is transforming how restoration companies across North America are equipping their staff with confidence and competence out on the job site or in the office. We have seen companies scale from one location to 7 or 8 locations over the last few years, from 200 staff to 500 staff. And so it begs the question, if you have a KnowHow subscription, how can you get the most out of KnowHow? If you're committed to being a process driven company, how can you ensure that your entire company focuses on this vision and you see the results? Because we know the results are incredible when certain elements are in place. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the 3 fundamental commitments that companies that have had the most success with know-how have made and then enforced on a day-to-day basis and has transformed their organization. Let's get into it. Some of our favorite success stories at Know-How are franchises that have gone from 10 locations when they signed up with Know-How a few years ago to over 100 today. Companies that have launched new location after new location have expanded into new states without having to reinvent the wheel because they have a single source of truth. And those companies have 3 distinct commitments that they have made that helps ensure that know-how is not just an app on their worker's phone, but it's a process-driven culture that they have created that their whole company abides by. The first commitment is a commitment to long tail answers. What does that mean? So, when someone has a question, let's say I'm a worker out on a job site and I'm trying to remove a toilet and the nuts won't come off. What am I supposed to do? I can call my manager. And if that process has never been documented before, the manager might be tempted just to give an answer. Use some WD-40, maybe you might have to use a hacksaw. Answers the question, manager goes back to their day, employee removes the toilet, all is fine, right? Wrong. Because we haven't created a long tail resource for that employee who may forget or any other staff. And so what happens is that manager is going to have to continue to answer that question over and over and over again until the end of time, unless they can document it somehow. And so the companies that have found success with know how have made a commitment to long tail answers. This is not just answering a question once in the moment, but answering it once and for all. It's a huge difference. Know how makes it easier than ever with our capture functionality. You can just hold up the phone and someone can demonstrate, okay, here's how we apply WD-40 to the nuts. Okay, we still can't take them off. Here's the hacksaw. This is how you remove a toilet. And so you've answered that question once for an employee, but then you've also answered it for every subsequent employee that comes after them. Instead of calling that manager, they can just open up their Know How app and ask Howie, hey, what am I supposed to do when the nuts won't come off the toilet? That commitment to not answering a question once, but to answering it once and for all has transformed how easily companies can equip their staff, regardless of the location, with the answers they need. Commitment number 2 is a commitment to reinforcing habits. What does this mean? Well, like a lot of the apps on our phone, sometimes we can install them and then over time forget about them. And the same can happen with your knowledge hub. For companies that have transformed their organization into process driven cultures, they have created what we call organizational habits. These are daily and weekly routines that the entire staff follow that get them to think in terms of processes. Great example, Alpine Cleaning and Restoration in Lehi, Utah. They have transformed into a safety driven culture because every single Friday, their entire staff gather around know how and they open up a know how safety process and they review it together. They literally don't proceed until everyone can show on their phone the safety process on know how. Then everyone clicks start process. Everyone goes step 1, step 2, step 3. They mark it as complete. A manager or a leader is walking through the process in real life as well. And the whole organization revolves around this safety process that they're all reviewing together. Not only does that create a process where important safety information is always front of mind for staff. It also reinforces to staff that the answers they're looking for are in know how. And so if they have a question on safety or on a mitigation job or on how they book vacation time, they know the answers are found in know how. Alpine's contents team, they actually do this every single day. Part of their stand up meeting in the morning is reviewing a contents process in know how. It elevates the excellence and the consistency of the quality of the output of their work, and it reinforces to everyone the answers are in know how. We're a process driven culture. We don't give one off answers. We're all revolving around this shared knowledge base. That's what it looks like to create organizational habits. Finally, the third commitment for companies that are seeing the most out of know how is this commitment to onboarding new staff with know how. Why is this so important? Well, know how makes it easier than ever thanks to know how's workflows functionality, which allows you to customize hey, these 40 processes in this specific order with these tests attached is how we train up our water technicians. And this is how we train up our estimators. This is how we train up our project managers. And then it allows you to set it all on autopilot. So when a new water tech joins your organization, they're automatically assigned your water tech training. So it makes it easier than ever, but it goes beyond that because then it tells employees the answers to the questions that you have are in know how. We see this time and time again. When employees are onboarded the old fashioned way in the construction restoration industries, which is they just shadow someone more experienced out on a job site, then the employee makes that link in their brain. If I have questions, I go to that person because that person is the one with the answers. We all know that that is not a scalable way to train and grow your staff. But instead, if they're given know how and they're told know how is the place that's going to give you the information on how to get skilled up in your role, and when you have questions, you don't need to call your manager. First, you look and know how. The same place where you got all the information on how to get equipped for the critical aspects of your role, that same place has that information when you're out on a job site and in a new scenario and you don't know what to do. So that link is either made with the new employee, answers are found in my manager, or in a more seasoned employee, or answers are found in know how. And companies that have committed to training and onboarding their new staff with know how find that when staff run into problems, know how is the first place they look. They save all those interruptions, they get back to work quicker, and it creates a reinforcing process driven culture for all new hires as well. There you have it. Those are the three commitments that we see among the most successful process driven companies that use know how. A commitment to long tail answers, not just answering question once, but answering it once and for all. A commitment to reinforcing habits, orienting staff daily and weekly around know how. And a commitment to training and onboarding new staff through know how so that link is made in their brains. When you're looking for an answer, it can be found in know how. No app is going to fundamentally transform human behavior or an organizational culture. Duolingo can be the best language app in the world, but if I'm not using it to learn Japanese or Swahili or anything else, it's not going to transform my life. But with the right habits, with the right culture, and with the right commitments from leadership, Know How has a consistent track record, and it can be true for your organization as well. Transforming your company, creating a process driven culture, and allowing you to scale to hit your goals without scaling and growing your headaches at the same time. For more tips and tricks on how you can use know how to transform your organization, head to tryknowhow.com. Thanks.